3.1 Trust, the swift maker or breaker of all. Trust affects everything in our lives 365 days a year, but most people don't give it much thought. Ask 10 people to list things they think are critical to success, and only a few will mention trust. Stephen R. Covey experienced trust at a young age. One of his earliest memories was when his father trusted him to care for the yard. Stephen's task was simple: keep everything green and clean. His father occasionally stepped in to help, but Stephen was ultimately responsible. Being young, he didn't always care for it as he should, but his father trusted him, and that experience taught him a lot about trust, accountability, and responsibility. Trust is the vital foundation in any relationship. It's what makes the difference between a solid relationship and a weak one. A succession of incidents of betrayal can leave a lasting effect on us, making it even more difficult to trust. We become increasingly suspicious and start using the behavior of the few to judge the many. Even the deepest relationships and connections will fall apart if trust gets broken. What's worse, the impact doesn't just stay in our present. It creeps into our professional and personal future. So we need to get better at creating and embodying trust. Sounds difficult? Relax. This summary will simplify everything. Trust is an actionable, tangible asset that anyone can create. According to Covey, trust happens in 5 successive waves. Wave 1, self-trust. Wave 2, relationship trust. Wave 3, organizational trust. Wave 4, market trust. And Wave 5, societal trust. Trust is highly interdependent and flows from the inside out like a ripple of waves. If you build self-trust, you will lay the foundation for societal trust. Continue on to learn more about the full impact of trust and how you can establish each of the 5 waves. Key point 2. Goal achievement reflects self-confidence levels. Self-trust is the earliest wave of trust. It builds on believability or credibility. Pause a moment and ask yourself if people can trust you. On a scale of 1 to 10, how credible do you think you are? No matter your answer, there's always room for improvement. To build credibility, it's essential to understand 4 core elements related to character and competence: intent, capabilities, integrity, and results. Personal credibility helps you take responsibility for your actions and keep your commitments and promises. Unfortunately, only a few people stay true to their decisions. A classic example is New Year's resolutions. One 2005 Harris poll found that barely 8% of Americans stick to their New Year resolutions, even though over 50% make them. You may say the data is old, but human nature remains the same. Repeated failure to create and keep promises to yourself can degrade your self-confidence. You lose trust in your ability to stay committed. Then it's not surprising that you fail to muster the courage and inspiration to trust others. Trust violation can have a strong psychological effect on humans. Some people bounce back quickly, and others suffer chronic long-term consequences. In some organizations, employees don't trust their managers, not because the managers committed grave offenses, but because they do minor, dishonest things daily. This gradually weakens and erodes credibility. It's easier to use the metaphor of a tree to understand the 4 cores of credibility. Integrity is the root below the surface that allows everything to grow, while intent is the tree that sprouts and stretches toward the sky. Capabilities are the leaves and branches that prepare us for production. Results signify the fruits, which are evidence of the level of work done. These visible results become what a brand or individual is known for. The combination of all three highlights the level of work done and how much you've been able to trust yourself. Once you start making and keeping commitments to yourself, remember to be open and stand for something, as these will help you increase your credibility and self-confidence. The higher your credibility, the higher the trust you will inspire. Key point 3. We need to create and increase trust in our relationships with others. Relationship trust is the second level of trust. It's all about learning ways to increase trust and avoid destroying it. Successful people have mastered relationship trust and show it in their business processes and actions. Some of them are listed below. Behavior 1. Talk straight. Business tycoon Warren Buffett is renowned for always showing business trust as it is. He writes management letters and doesn't even mind adding the mistakes he made during the year. Buffett's dedication to his work and transparency helped him build the legacy he's known for today. The main reason why trust is low in most organizations is that the leaders don't communicate honestly. If only they knew clear communication means fewer meetings and higher productivity. Behavior 2. Show respect. Respect everyone, regardless of whether they have anything to offer you. Take advantage of every opportunity to show concern and care, and don't think any genuine action is insignificant. Everything has an impact on trust. Behavior 3. Be transparent. Create transparency and be genuine in a way that people can verify. In the present global economy, transparency is fast becoming popular as a critical value in organizations with high levels of trust. Behavior 4. Right wrongs. Don't hesitate to make things right as soon as possible when you're wrong. Be humble, take responsibility, and don't make a habit of blaming others for your mistakes. To retain those who are present, be loyal to those who are absent. Stephen R. Covey. Behavior 5. Show loyalty. Loyalty is essential to building trust in any relationship. When you're loyal, you are easily trusted because others now believe in your ability to keep things going smoothly. Gossiping about people causes those present to be wary of you. They think you will do the same to them when they turn their backs. Be open-minded, tolerant, and patient. It will help in your quest to create a high-trust culture that makes everyone always do their best. Key point 4. Having an organizational plan helps in building sustainable trust. People working in an organization must be able to trust each other and the organization as an entity. This is where organizational trust comes in. In the corporate world, the biggest aha moments often happen when people realize there is low trust in their organization because both individuals and the company violated certain principles. There's a big difference in the leader-follower relationship between a company with a low level of mutual trust and a company with a high level of trust. But since trust is an invisible quality, most leaders neglect it and try to address the symptoms, such as rifts between employees, low performance, and a lack of collaboration between teams. High-trust organizations tend to be more productive than their counterparts. Sometimes it's not about being a good or bad leader. Anyone will struggle to make a positive impact on others if they fail to create and align structures and systems that will build trust. For example, you'll miss many vital details if those you work with find it hard to share sensitive information because they question your loyalty. It will slow down organizational projects, and your subordinates won't be happy working on your team. Everyone loses. Let's look at a real-life example of building trust. A few years after starting Hewlett-Packard, co-founder Bill Hewlett stopped at the storeroom to take a tool one weekend. He was disgusted to find it locked, as it was customary to the company's practices to keep the bins open. So he broke the lock and placed a sign there saying, HP trusts its employees. This act has since influenced people in the company to pay more attention to loyalty, trust, and productivity. Even if you are not the primary leader in your company, still make efforts to involve your team members in portraying the organization's mission or values as Hewlett did. But, of course, first ensure the values align with principles and motives that build trust. That's the only way to avoid the nasty downward cycle. Did you know? A 2005 Harris poll revealed that only about 27% of Americans trust the government, and only 22% trust the media. Key point 5. Brand relationships and business success go hand in hand. Imagine it's a beautiful day and you're in shopping mode. So you pick up your car keys and drive to your favorite mall. No matter what product category you check, you see various brands competing for your money. But of course, you're clear as to which brand to patronize. Why? Because the brain makes buying decisions in split seconds based on two primary factors: your experience with the brand and what you've heard about it. You'd be more likely to try a product if you had coincidentally read excellent Instagram reviews about it the night before. The reverse will be the case if you or your clique have had a terrible experience with the company. You will not be happy to spend your money on an organization that has wronged you. Market trust is all about reputation or brand. It's about how you feel when buying from a business or spending time there. It also affects how you will recommend them to others. Most companies spend a lot of money to create a brand that inspires trust. This is important because how the market perceives you plays a significant role in your success. Branding is important for all organizational entities because an organization's image greatly influences its reputation. For instance, when a family thinks of moving to a new city or country, they check the reputation of the cities, schools, and hospitals before even checking for houses to rent or buy. Technique and technology are important, but adding trust is the issue of the decade. Tom Peters. One of the key tools when it comes to branding is customer satisfaction. Reputable companies like Walmart, Apple, and McDonald's have good reviews of their products physically and online. In the internet age, many organizations base their advertisements on online reviews from customers and visitors. Restaurants and hotels with good ratings get the most visits, which is no coincidence. People trust the market more when there is verified evidence of quality service. When you gain the market's trust by ensuring your service delivery is top-notch, customers will take it upon themselves to advertise for you. Key point 6. Giving back to others and caring for the environment allows you to make your mark in the world. Societal trust is the fifth and final level of trust. A society is a group of individuals who share or want to share common values. Our societies are said to be held together by mutual trust. But what happens when confidence starts to diminish? The society will begin crumbling from the inside, and it will all end up in chaos. Trust is essential to our development and tolerance level as a community. It defines our core values and allows us to evaluate and reposition ourselves when straying away from the right path. It helps us control our thoughts and gives us power over our assumptions. Unfortunately, many of us still take trust for granted. A world without trust is one of anarchy, confusion, and oppression. An example of how powerful societal trust is was when the 1992 Rodney King trial led to a citywide protest in Los Angeles, California. Many personal and government properties were looted and destroyed, but reports say not a single McDonald's restaurant in the area was touched. Why? Because the locals believed the company truly cared about their community. You can probably remember similar examples of societal trust that have played out in your country or state. An open global economy can only thrive on behaviors like practicing accountability, creating transparency, keeping commitments, extending trust, talking straight, and righting wrongs. Societal trust is the feeling or belief in an individual or organization's honesty, fairness, and quality. Trust is a social phenomenon that influences people's decisions to cooperate. In June 2006, Bill Gates shifted his focus from Microsoft to the work of the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, which aimed to improve the welfare and education of the poor and less fortunate worldwide. Many people joined the cause and supported it financially because they trusted the leadership of Bill and Melinda Gates. The fifth wave is the product of our trustworthiness and reveals our self-trust. It is the energy that regularly manifests in our organizations, our relationships, and our ability to love one another. It finalizes all the other types of trust and gives a deeper meaning to what you must do to see better results. The premise of the fifth wave is simple. If you don't believe in yourself, nobody will trust you enough to believe in you. Conclusion. Trust affects everything we do in life. It impacts our work, relationships, communication, and business ventures. Trust also helps us maintain a sense of honesty in our social transactions. We want to feel that we can believe others, but we also want others to have faith in us. When you distrust people, however, everything they do becomes suspicious. One reason trust benefits us is that it facilitates good communication. We build social capital every time we welcome others into our circle or create an environment that encourages trust. Trust is crucial to any relationship, no matter the context or situation. There's a sense of safety when there is trust, so people are more likely to stay committed or loyal to the other person in the relationship. At work or at home, everyone has a role to play in maintaining a healthy and safe environment. Try this. To build your credibility, you need to start with yourself. Write a list of commitments or promises you have made and work on them daily. The next time you make a mistake, admit that you were wrong and work on fixing it. Also, give some of your money or time to charity every month. It will help you stay fulfilled.